Okay, here we go. Algebra 1, 2.4, combining like terms and distributive property. All right, so this is a crucial unit for algebra. It's really important that we understand like terms. So let's start by writing this down in your margins here. Okay, so like terms must have the same variable. So it's got to have the same letter attached to it, and it has to be raised to the same power. Okay, so 4x and 3x squared, although they have um, the same variable, right, the same letter, these are not like terms, not like terms, okay? Right, they must have the same variable, okay? So let's take a look at combining these, all right? So if they have the same variable and they're raised to the same power, like with our first example here with 2x and 3x, these are like terms. And so right now, I want you to think about these x's as individual x's. Like there's just, this is showing you how many x's you have. You have two x's here and three x's there. All right, so how many total x's do we have? We have five x's. Okay, and we cannot combine this -5 because we're actually talking about x's here. Okay, these you can think about as just five -1s if you want to think about it like that. And so the proper way to write this is just to write it next to it. So 5x minus 5. And that's done just like that. That's the answer. Okay? So let's see. When I'm doing this, I kind of like to identify my like terms. So I've got my x's and then my constants. My constants the are the terms without any variables attached to it. So I've got my x's, so let's combine those. All right, so I've got three x's here and five. You can think about the negatives is like if I have five negative x's, okay, and I have three positive x's over here. Well, a negative and a positive x will cancel each other out, right? So those will go away. And how many x's do I have left? I have two negative x's. So I'm going to write this as -2x. And now I'm going to go ahead and erase this, and I'm going to combine my constants. All right, so now I just have -2 plus 6. -2 plus 6 is 4. And so we'll separate that with an addition symbol. So that is the answer. We've just simplified this expression. All right, let's try a little bit more difficult of a problem. All right, so we've got C's and F's, and then we've got some constants. So let's go ahead, and sometimes I label these. I'm going to label the C's with one line, and then I've got my F's. I'll give those two lines, and then I've got my constants, okay? So let's first combine our C's. So I've got 5 C's and 8 negative C's, if you want to think about it like this. One thing you can do is just kind of ignore the C's, know that we're talking about C's, and then just type in your calculator, 5 minus 8. Well, 5 minus 8, we're going to go past 0 and get to -3. So we're left with -3C. I'm going to go ahead and cross these out so I know I'm done with them. Now let's combine our F's. We've got 12 F's here, 3 F's here, so I have a total of 15 F's. Okay. All right, now we can take a look at the constants. I've got -30 plus 7. So that's like if you owed somebody $30, you paid them back $7, you are still in debt $23. So we'll write that as a negative. All right, and none of these are like terms, so this is all we can do here. That's your answer. All right. Okay, moving on. Now we've got R's and some constants. So let's identify our like terms. We've got 5 R's here and 12 R's here. Looks like this is just 5 plus 12, which is 17. Talking about R's. I'm done with them now. I'm going to cross them out. So now I see -8 plus a -20. So you can think about that as you're adding two different debts. -8 plus a -20 is -28. 8. All right. Here we go. Let me just add one in here. Negative 3w plus 10 plus 12w minus 3. All right, so let's identify my like terms. I got the w's and the constants. All right, so you don't have to put these lines to identify them. Just it's a helpful tool. If it helps you, use it. If it doesn't, don't do it. All right, so let's first start with our variables. So we have negative 3w plus 12w. Again, if you just type in your calculator what you see, if you don't even use the w's, if you just see negative 3 plus 12, you're going to get 9. And just know we're talking about w's. All right, cross them out. We're done with them. Now we just have 10 minus 3, which is 7. All right. Moving on here, let's get in here a little bit closer. All right, we have x's and w's, and a constant here. So let's identify our like terms. We've got our x's, we've got our y's, and we've got our constant. So I'll give that one 3 lines. All right, so let's first do our x's. 8x plus 6x is 14x. Done with them. Now I have the y's. Oh, I have negative 12y's plus 8y's. That's going to be negative 12 plus 8 is negative 4y. All right, now I'm done with it. And this 4, I have no other constants to combine or to add or subtract, so I just drop this down into the answer. And that's it. All right, here we go. Now we have some s's, and these are, just so we know, these are really s to the 1 power. But just like when we have a single variable like this, technically there's a 1 there, but there's really no point of writing that 1 there because those are only 1x. So yeah, these are single s to the first power. We just don't write that. Okay, so the s squared are like terms, but the single s's are not. Okay, and we should always write this in descending variables or in descending order. So if you had, if you should write x, if you had x to the 5th, you would write that first, then x to the 4th. Maybe you don't have x to the 3rd, but you have an x to the 2nd. You should write that next, and then any single x, and then if you have constants, you would write the constants, or the number without any variables. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So like you just have to, the largest exponent should be written first. Okay, all right, so let's get back here to this problem here. So I should definitely write my s squared first because that's my highest exponent. So I have negative 6. And if this weren't here, right, if I covered this up, let me just cover it up. If I didn't have that there, all I would see is negative 6 minus 3. Well, negative 6 minus 3 is negative 9. And we're talking about s squareds. All right, so we're done with that. Now let's combine our s's. I got 5 s's here, 1 s there, so that would be 6s. And now again, just like last time, I've got this 4 sitting by itself. I can't do anything with it, but just drop it down into our answer. All right. Okay. One last thing for this video, translating some verbal expressions like this. So let's look at some key things here. We got twice the number, or twice the sum of a number and 2. Okay, so of a number, so we don't know what this number is, let's use a variable for it. How about we use the variable n? We have sum. Hopefully we know that sum is the answer to an addition problem. And twice, that makes me think of 2. All right, so how would we write this? The sum of a number and 2, that I would want to write like this, n plus 2, right? The sum of some number and 2, so this. And then if we want to do twice that, we're just going to take this whole thing and multiply by 2. All right, I think we'll get into distributive property in the next video. So let's take a look at your practice problems. You guys should be able to give, oh, let's see, at least problems 1 through 8 a shot. All right, good luck.